Flooding is the most common natural disaster in Canada. GreenLearning's Flood Ed program helps students understand the impact of flooding at home and at school. Ready to get started? Let's launch the program now. Here you'll be taken to the Flood Ed program main page. As you scroll down, you will find some helpful information and resources about this program, including program objectives, teacher resources, and additional resources for your use. As you scroll down further, you will find some information about the Flood Ed Challenge. The challenge is a great way for you to immerse yourself in hands-on learning of flood planning and flood resilience. You also have a chance to win various cash prizes. Click here to find out more about our Flood Ed Challenge. Teachers can register their classes here today. Now let's scroll down and download the learning activity, Understanding Flooding. In this activity, you will understand the different types of flooding and their causes. You will also learn about the consequences of flooding and the types of flooding in your area. This activity is suitable for grades 5 to 12 and is approximately 1.5 hours long. You will need an internet-enabled device, an assessment rubric for your teacher to use, and the Flood Ed Backgrounder, which can be found under the teacher resources on the main programs page. Now, let's begin with step 1, Introduction to Flooding. Begin by watching the following videos to explore what exactly is flooding. Please pause the recording now and resume when you are ready to continue. Now, as a class, in groups, or virtually, please take a few minutes to research what causes flooding and have a discussion to share your findings. Please pause this recording to facilitate a discussion now. Now let's move on to step 2, Understanding Flooding in your area. Please bring up the Flood Ed Backgrounder available for download on the main programs page. Then, please take a few minutes to review the document and discuss the types of flooding, whether in person, in groups, or as a class. Types of floods include river floods, shown here, flash floods, coastal floods, storm surge, and inland flooding. The Backgrounder also explains what flooding is, what a floodplain is. If you scroll down, it also explains a little bit about watersheds, the relationship between flooding and climate change, flood risk awareness, and why we need to plan for floods in Canada. There are also numerous additional resources available for you to check out here. Please pause the video now to have a look through the information provided in the Backgrounder. Terms such as extreme weather and 100-year storms are used more and more frequently in the news. Since we are witnessing an increased number of extreme weather events or 100-year storms around the world due to climate change. Let's dive into these terms. Extreme weather events are unexpected, unusual, unpredictable, severe, or unseasonal weather events. These weather events are considered extreme because they are rare in the historian record, defined as lying in the unusual 10%. 100-year storms refer to the estimated probability of a storm event happening in any given year. A 100-year event has a 1% chance or 1 in 100 chance of occurring in a year. The term 100-year flood allows us to place a particular weather event in context with other similar events. These 100-year storms are defined by the severity of the winds, meaning the large amount of rain, the intensity in which it falls, and the flooding that results. You can learn more about weather changes and climate change by visiting GreenLearning's Decoding Carbon program, linked within this PDF here. Now, let's study the weather averages data provided here for Canadian provinces and territories. Simply click on the province that you would like to study to open the hyperlink. Then, select a specific region within that province. For example, Calgary. This will bring you to a climate weather data chart for Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It shows the average monthly weather statistics with historic daily extremes. Weather climate statistics include monthly averages, max and min average temperatures, mean rainfall, mean snowfall, and daily high and low extremes for temperature. Make sure to have a look at the extreme daily rainfall in the data and compare with other provinces and territories. We have also provided several discussion questions for your completion. Please pause the video now to explore the weather averages and to discuss these questions. Now let's move on to step 3. What volume of water falls in your school during a rain event? Download the handout linked here. Using the weather averages data linked in Step 2 for your location, find out how much water falls on your school during a rain event, and fill out the handout here. Then compare answers with your peers. Please pause the video now to complete this exercise. Step 4. Post-activity class discussion. After completing the activity in Step 3, break into groups and consider the following questions, found here, for discussion. Pause the video now and resume when you are ready to move on. Lastly, we have Step 5. Consequences of flooding case study. Within your groups, read the following article linked here. This case study will help you understand the damages caused by flooding. After reading the article, discuss with your groups any 3 of the following questions. Pause the recording to work through this step now. Congratulations! You have now completed the Understanding Flooding learning activity. Head back to greenlearning.ca/flooded to check out more of our learning and take action activities. We highly encourage your class to sign up for the Flood Ed Challenge for a chance to win up to $1,000. Just by completing another learning activity, you will have completed Step 1 of our 4th step Flood Ed Challenge.